Hi, everyone. We are going to get started right now, promptly on time. My name is Amy Welch, and I want to thank you guys for hopping on, whether you're watching live, you're on the Zoom, or you're going to watch the recording. This is our weekly business of gut health call, and I love these calls, and I'm going to tell you why. It's because I'm so passionate about this plexus opportunity because I never wanted it. I didn't want anything to do with it. And it wasn't something that I sought out. In fact, I was very against it. But I want to tell you why I changed my mind and what a blessing it has been. So I have a few slides tonight. I'm going to share a little bit about my story. In fact, we're going to talk here in a minute about why I decided to try Plexus. But tonight, we're going to hear why we're a little bit different. You're going to hear a little bit about my story. And so you're not just looking at my face the whole time. I do have a couple of slides to keep me on topic because I could talk about this, guys, forever. I absolutely love this business. So, oh, look, I'm wearing the same dress that's in that picture. Huh. That wasn't planned. But listen, I have been with Plexus now for 7 years. Oh my gosh, it sounds so crazy to say that. In fact, I love telling people that other than my marriage and Plexus, it's like the only two things I've ever been consistent on. Everything else I've like quit or started over or, all the things. But 7 years ago, I was working in corporate America, climbing that corporate ladder. I have a master's degree. I've actually written 2 books. That's the covers there on my back wall. And so I was not looking for an opportunity. I was making 6 figures. I had a great job. Oh my gosh, we got tons of vacation. And network marketing was not something that I ever thought I would do. And I thought I was too smart, too educated, and I didn't think it was a real job. I mean, I thought it was like, the Tupperware parties and things like that. That was definitely not something I was into at all. But as good as my job was on the outside, I realized that it was taking more away from me than it was giving to me. So even though the pay and the vacation and all of that was great, it was basically sucking the life out of me. I had a new baby at home. I had a 1 hour commute on each end. I'd put that baby in my car in her PJs. So we would drive. Her daycare was near my office. And when she was a year old, I realized I wanted to be home with her. Not all the time. So, shout out to all of you amazing stay-at-home moms. I never wanted that. I just did not want to be a stay-at-home mom. I wanted to have flexibility in my schedule and ownership of my time while still having my own career. And I really got sick of only seeing her a couple of hours a day. I can remember sitting in my office daydreaming, thinking, how can I make a similar paycheck but not have to be sitting here in this office? I'm like, man, do people get paid to like be on Facebook? Do people get paid to travel? Like, how do people live this lifestyle that I want? I had no clue. But I was tired of my promotions and my pay raises and even my vacation time being approved by somebody else, right? And I wanted to have that flexibility with the paycheck, and I kind of thought it was a pipe dream. So when Plexus came around, I was very anti-Plexus, not only the supplements, because I thought I ate healthy, I worked out all the time, I didn't think I needed them. But I also did not ever want to ask anyone to buy anything. Like sales, definitely something I made me cringe. I had no time. Listen, 1 hour commute, professional job. I'm working over 40 hours a week. I have a baby at home. She was a breastfeeding baby, which meant I couldn't just hand her off when I got home, right? I had zero knowledge about supplements. I was a supplement snob. I had never taken a probiotic in my life, and I wasn't even sure it worked. But I wanted out of my commute, right? So I actually just tried Plexus though for the products. I came home. My husband is a scientist, which means he's a professional skeptic, and I told him not to tell anybody that we were taking these products. But after a couple of weeks, I started feeling better, and I'm a natural oversharer. If you follow me on social media, you have seen my dirty laundry pile. You know everything about my family because I'm just a natural oversharer. I share everything with my friends, the good, bad, and the ugly. And so I had a change of heart when it came to not telling anyone about these products because I felt good and I realized that while I was waiting to feel better, I could help my best friend who had hormonal imbalances and psoriasis. I realized I could help my college roommate who had psoriatic arthritis. And I realized I could help my mom who's always looking to lose those last 10 pounds. So those three ladies tried plexus at the same time I did. And because of their orders, I got my first paycheck. I remember when it came in, my husband was like, is that real money? Because that's a lot. What are you doing? Is it illegal? Like, is that fake monopoly money? Um, and so that really is what changed it for me, because I caught the vision of what this business could do. And maybe I didn't think it would ever replace my salary, but I thought maybe I could make enough to where I could find another corporate job closer to home. But while I was looking for that job, I could quit the commute and have a little bit coming in so we didn't have to cut our budget drastically. So I'm going to tell you though, because of that decision, our lives drastically changed. I decided to go all in with Plexus while I was still in that job working full time. So I didn't have a lot of time. I would stay up after my baby went to bed for about 30 minutes a couple nights a week. I would get up on Saturdays and go to Starbucks and, steal their Wi-Fi, and I would work Plexus for an hour. And because of that, though, our life has drastically changed. Before, I was working, over 40 hours a week, and I was in that commute, and we just kind of felt like we were robots going through the motions. Get up, go to work, come home, get up, go to work, come home, do it over and over. And then we were cramming everything we couldn't do during the week into the weekends, right? And then you have that Sunday night anxiety where you're like, oh, we got to do it all over again. Well, we were able to break that cycle because of my Plexus business. And I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit more about that. Tonight, though, my goal is not to convince anyone that this business is for you. That is not why I share. Because if I have to convince you, I always am going to have to kind of drag you along. And that's not what we want. My goal is for you to see the vision and the opportunity of what Plexus is and what is available and what it's done for myself and others. So then you can decide for yourself if it's maybe something you want to do. Now, not every profession is for everyone, but what I love is that Plexus is for anyone who wants it. It is the great equalizer. Success in Plexus doesn't care what your education is, your background, or your experience. I'd never taken a probiotic before, and now I'm slinging probiotics for 7 years like some sort of a gut health junkie, right? Plexus didn't care. The only thing I needed was a desire to learn and be successful. So tonight, when I talk about what makes us different, I just want you to be open to the possibility of what if. What if you could? What if you did have options? What if, especially in today's economy, it's just smart. What if you could have a second stream of income? What if you could have a little bit of wiggle room in the budget? What if you could pay for vacations and they didn't have to come out of your budget? Okay. So for me, that was worth the fear. I was terrified of tying my name to a network marketing company. I was terrified of telling people to try this pink stuff that I was taking, but the vision was worth it to me because I knew that if nothing changed, what I feared more was still commuting and being in that corporate job for the next 5, 10, 15 years. So when I talk about my story, please know that the great thing about Plexus is that it's whatever you want it to be. It does not have to be your career. It can be just a couple extra $100 in your budget. So you have some wiggle room every single month. Okay. So what makes us different? Why, you hear that a lot. I hear a lot of people say, oh, Plexus is different. Or people ask me, well, how is Plexus different? I'm going to tell you tonight how Plexus is different and the 3 things you need to have success. Okay. The first thing you need, though, is belief. Belief is kind of the bedrock of your business. And you must have unshakable belief in 3 things. The cool thing is, though, you can build this belief. I didn't have this belief when I first started. Okay. So you can kind of earn while you learn and earn while you grow this belief. You have to have belief in our products. Okay. And lucky for you, we have the research, the resources, the testimonies that you can build that belief. But what you have to know is that all of them are clean, they're natural, they're plant-based, they are the most cutting edge, technologically advanced. gut health, inflammation, and blood sugar regulation products on the market. We have a team of scientists and a product philosophy that is unmatched in the industry. And what I love about Plexus as a business model is two things. One, it's a consumable, so people need these products every single month, okay? And listen, I support all my friends that have a small business, whether it's a brick and mortar and they got a coffee shop, or whether they're, slinging mascara online. I support them, okay? However, those things do not change people's lives. Plexus does. And maybe you think, oh, how can a probiotic change someone's life? I had a woman just last week on a Zoom tell me that for 40 years, she's 40 this year, for her entire life, she has never been able to go on a vacation on an airplane or any place that's longer than a couple hour drive because she has severe IBS. She's had it as long as she can remember. She just assumed she'd always have it, right? No, nothing she could do about it. On all the meds, doesn't matter. Because she healed her gut with our products, she actually is taking a trip on an airplane for her 40th birthday and she was in tears. That, my friends, is how it's life-changing. My story is going to be different. I have thyroid disease. I have Hashimoto's thyroiditis. I spent years feeling lazy because I could not get off the couch. I was the no mom. I was the ask your dad. I was like, babe, can you take her to the park? I'm going to take a nap. When you don't have to do that because of these products, that is life-changing. So our products meet people's needs. And when you have that much of an impact on someone's quality of life, you know you're going to have a successful business. I even heard a commercial today, guys, something that someone made a commercial for. I just didn't see it, but I heard it. They were talking about now it's microbiome activated. We have been doing gut health for 14 years. People are just catching on. Gut health is never going to go out of style. So when you realize and you have that belief and people thank you all of the time for changing their lives, you are going to be successful, right? And a lot of times people are like, well, listen, how can I sell a product that I don't use? Like, I don't use every single one of our products. How can you sell that? Well, realtors don't live in every single house they sell, right? So you just got to think differently. You are sharing what's possible for these people, right? You also, though, have to have belief in the industry of network marketing. Okay. I did not have that. I thought it was a scam. You only hear about the bad apples. You only hear about the bad seeds, right? It's like the Enrons of network marketing is all we hear about. And unfortunately, there's a lot of gross companies out there. There's a lot of yucky companies that have a terrible compensation plan, force their people to go into debt, force their people to be slimy and salesy. Okay. But as an industry, it actually is the most profitable industry in business. Companies have choices in how they market their products. They don't have to choose network marketing, but some of the wealthiest people in the world know that network marketing is where it's at. In Texas, our energy is a network marketing model. If you want electricity, Trump and Buffett, some of the world's richest people, they invest in network marketing companies. Morgan Stanley chose Plexus Worldwide as a client. If Plexus Worldwide was not a legitimate company with the highest ratings and the great reputation that we have, Morgan Stanley would not have touched us with a 10-foot pole. What I love about network marketing, though, is, again, it's the great equalizer. It doesn't care your age, your gender, your experience, your education. It doesn't care about any of that. Anyone can be successful. And it's low startup, low overhead. If I wanted to start my own health and wellness store, I would probably go into debt and it would be years before I could turn a profit. Network marketing allows you to have that, and it's a turnkey business. You pay $9.95 and that's it. Guys, you don't even have to buy products to start your Plexus business. How crazy is that? Plexus wants you to buy the products and try them so you know what the heck you're talking about, but it's not a requirement. A lot of companies require you to buy this huge, ridiculous kit, and then they make you pay that back before you can even get a paycheck. Plexus does not, and we'll get into that here in a little bit more detail. But I love that network marketing can condense a 30-year career into 3 to 10 years, depending upon how much you want to work and how much you decide to grow and learn. I matched my corporate salary on my 1-year Plexus anniversary, but I was driven and I was focused and I wanted to get the heck out of that job. And once I realized that Plexus could match my salary, that was the goal I set for myself. That was 7 years ago. And I'm still making that with my company, right? It's not some flash in the pan with Plexus Worldwide. I really, really love it. Um, the thing about network marketing that I did not expect, it is one of the only industries where you get people to cheer you on. Oh my goodness. It is, I mean, you are valued in the company at Plexus Worldwide, and there's always room for you at our table. When I went to my first Plexus event, I was very skeptical still. I'd shared with the 3 people that I love the most, my mom, my bestie, and my college roommate. So they were taking the products. I had already gotten a paycheck, but I was still very skeptical with the company and the industry still. I walked into this meeting expecting the executives to talk about sales tactics and to be kind of slimy and talk about how to get people to buy, and how to upsell and all this. They did not. In fact, in the 7 years I've been with this company, I have been to every convention. I've been to every leaders training they have. I have been invited to corporate several times. I've been on focus groups. Never have they talked sales figures and how to sell more. Not once, not once. They never talk about an upsell. They talk about how to be your best self. They talk about how to make an impact on the lives of others, whether that's through Plexus or other means. They tell you to put your faith first, your family second, and Plexus third. Okay. That is what our company is about. So I really, really love it. And network marketing allows you to live those dreams. So when I was in corporate America and I was daydreaming, thinking, how the heck can I get paid the same amount, but not be sitting in this office for 50 hours a week? Network marketing is the answer. Network marketing allows that. Okay. It allows those dreams to actually come to fruition. And you don't have to have been there to sell the vision that is Plexus. You can be brand new right now and tell somebody about this opportunity without you having made a paycheck. Okay. You don't have to have been there to vision cast with people. You just have to know that you're going there. I had a wonderful friend share this analogy for those that are believers. She was like, listen, when my friend tells me about heaven, I believe her, not because she's been there, but because she says she's going there, right? So it's a really kind of the same here. You don't have to have been there to share what this can be, but you do have to believe in yourself. And that is what is hard for a lot of people. Network marketing forces you to believe in yourself, because the cool thing is it's all up to you. It is all up to you. Now you have a huge team of support. You have huge corporate support, but it's all in your mindset. Okay. 80% of success in this business is your mindset, because you know the saying, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are right. I was successful because I was so naive. I didn't know any better. When I started sharing Plexus, I just was like, I'm going to be successful. I'm going to go to the top. I didn't know any better. I didn't know that I couldn't do it. I didn't know how, but I just believed in myself. And then I learned the skills along the way. And man, was I messy in the beginning. My Facebook posts were gross and salesy, and I'm sure I vomited Plexus when I messaged people, but that's okay. You can still earn while you learn, and you can build those skills. No one is a natural at network marketing. Nobody starts off and is just like great at it. We all have to be a disaster before we're a master. So if you think that, oh my gosh, I'm not a salesman, oh my gosh, I'd be terrible at this, hey, join the club. You're going to be great, because we all are terrible at it when we start, right? So I just want you guys to know that you just have to have belief in yourself, and there are going to be challenges along the way. This is not a lottery ticket. A lot of people think I'll make a couple posts on social media. If a couple months goes by and nobody buys, it must not be for me. And that's just not the case, right? Anything in life that is worth it doesn't happen overnight. And it's going to have its challenges, right? All things do. Relationships, parenting, marriage, fitness. You want to lose weight. You want to get in shape. You want to, like, all things take time that are worth it, and they have challenges. So I hear a lot of people, though, sometimes say, well, you know, I'm different. I don't want to do it that way, or I don't have time, or I got a lot of kids, or I work too, or I don't have any money in the budget, right? You tell me your excuse, and I will show you somebody that had that same excuse that turned it into their why for being successful. I could have said, I'm an executive. I'm too good for this. I don't have time. I have a 1 hour commute. I am gone every day from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. I don't have time. I don't have money. I instead took those reasons and let it fuel my fire in my belief for this industry to be successful. So let me tell you though a little bit about Plexus and what sets us apart, because I'm so passionate about this industry because of this company. Okay. Not all companies are created equal. If you want to get into this business, you have to be really selective. You don't want to join just any company. You want to join Plexus Worldwide. Here's why. We've been around for over 14 years. We just had our 14th birthday recently. Most network marketing companies, they fold within 3 years. Not only have we been around that long, we are debt free. Guys, that's huge. When I worked in corporate America, when I worked in higher education, no one is ever debt free. We're always operating in the red. Plexus, I like to put a picture there of their facility so you can see it's a real brick and mortar building. They're in Scottsdale, Arizona. If you are ever in or around Phoenix, you can go in. They will roll out the red carpet and give you a tour. In fact, my husband was out there a couple years ago on an Exxon work trip, and he had some free time. He went over. He went in, he met the executives, he met all the team. They're just fabulous. But after we built that brand new 30,000 square foot facility and warehouse, we're still debt free. Okay. We also have an incredible 501c3 called Plexus Charities. We give back millions of dollars every year to charities that are in the countries that we serve. So the US, Canada, New Zealand, Australia, Mexico. Two of our really, well, our big charity is through our Nourish One initiative. Every time you buy a bag of our protein, we don't make any money on it because we donate 14 meals to Feeding America. We are now a mission partner with Feeding America because we have donated over 30 million meals since we started that just a few years ago. We have a goal at Plexus Worldwide, along with Feeding America, to end hunger in the United States. Really amazing, guys. Companies that aren't legit, companies that have products that don't work, can't do that. In fact, we have a 60-day money-back guarantee on all of our products. Okay, we just launched a brand new lemon lime flavor of our healthy electrolytes, right? If you're drinking Gatorade, dump the Gatorade, it's bad. You want to get something healthier, okay? Well, I have been doing this for 7 years. If I buy that product today and I decide I don't really like the flavor, I can return it and get my money back, okay? Empty bottle, no questions asked. If our products didn't work, we would be broke. We would not be debt free. We would not be able to give millions back. We would not be a mission partner with Feeding America. So I really love to point that out. The other thing I love, all of our products, while they're sourced internationally, because some of our ingredients, like the New Zealand green lint mussel, that's the main ingredient in Ease, you can only get it in New Zealand, okay? But they're all manufactured here in the US. We have a research and development team, and all of our products are third-party independent tested in an FDA-approved lab facility. They're also QA'd again when they get, every pallet is QA'd once it gets to Plexus Worldwide. Our mission is to do network marketing the way it could be done and should be done, but often rarely is. We and our executives strive to be the gold standard in this industry. We ignite hope, health, and happiness for those who want more out of life. And I have never worked for a company that I am more proud of. I've never worked anywhere where I've been more proud to attach my name to Plexus Worldwide. You know, people post sometimes on social media if they work for a network marketing company and they like won't tell you what the product is, right? And they're like, oh, I'll message you. That is not us. I want everyone to know that my products are Plexus Worldwide and my business is Plexus Worldwide, because that's how proud I am of it. And I want everyone, I want all of you guys to understand what an incredible company this is. In the 7 years that I have been doing this, I have seen the executives make so many decisions, and every single time the decisions have to benefit the field, that's us, and the company. You don't see that very often. Many times the company makes decisions for the company, and if it benefits the people, that's just a bonus, not at Plexus Worldwide. So this is not a compensation plan training, but I do want to let you guys know just a quick overview of what makes us better and how we get paid. If you are familiar with network marketing, you can go and, well, even if you're not, anyone can go get our compensation plan, right? It's like a 30-page PDF. You can go through it line by line. You can compare it to any other compensation plan out there. And when you compare them, you will not find one better. I've had people say, well, oh my gosh, Amy, like you work really, really hard. And I feel like you should like make more money. And I'm like, do you want to see my 1099? Because I work from my phone and I get paid a lot of money, right? And I'm not scrambling every month to meet quotas. And I'm not scrambling every month to do these things that other companies are. So if you want a copy of that, you can find it on our website. You can Google it. You can get the Plexus compensation plan. It's amazing. We get paid lots of different ways. In fact, I got an email today that said you got paid. And it was a nice little 3-figure paycheck that was kind of like a bonus. We get paid weekly and monthly. So you have a potential to get paid 5 times a month. I can remember when my husband and I, we will have been married 20 years this year. And we first got married. He was a grad student and I got my first big girl job, and we got paid once a month. And oh my gosh, was it hard to make that paycheck stretch the whole month? Well, now he gets paid twice a month, still sometimes hard to make it stretch. So I love that we get paid up to 5 times a month. I mentioned before, you start your business for $9.95. You can buy the products. In fact, we want you to buy the products. So your first order comes at a deep, deep, deep discount. It's not a giant kit. It's not a whole bunch of stuff that you have to sell. It's just your own personal products, and they discount them. So you can try them as you start to share. We get more cash bonuses than you can even keep up with. In fact, this month, all bonuses are doubled. So if somebody starts today and they share with, let's say, when I first started, I had 20 people order in my first month. If somebody does that now, they're going to make over $2,500 this month. It's just ridiculous, because we want people to not have money be the reason they can't get healthy. So we actually have a great fast start program. If you share with 3 people in your first month, like you get your bestie, your mom, and a sibling to do it with you, or a spouse, you're going to get about $300, because Plexus does not want your budget to get in the way of you getting healthy and getting success on the products, right? We also get a personalized storefront. It's got your picture on it. Everything's plug and play. You get warehousing, you get customer service, you get all of that. You don't have to do any of that on your own. In fact, if you want to send somebody a sample, you don't even have to do that. I mean, you can, obviously, but you don't have to. You can do it through an app, and Plexus will send the sample for you. We have 0 inventory. None. In fact, sometimes I feel bad because I'll have a neighbor or someone say, oh, Amy, I'm going on vacation and I forgot to order my probiotic. Do you have any I can buy from you? And I'm like, I don't. Like, I just have my own stash. So there's no inventory. We are not a party company. If you like parties, you are welcome to do that. But listen, I was a full-time executive. I didn't have time to have parties. So it's not a requirement. I just shared my journey, and then I was drinking this pink drink, and that other people may want to try it with me. And that's how I grew my business when I first started. So if you want to know more information on the compensation plan, because I really want to keep this to 30 minutes, ask the person that invited you, reach out to me. I can send it to you and we can talk more about it. So as we close out tonight, I just want you to think about, what would you do if your calendar was empty and your bank account was full? What would that mean for your life? What would that mean for the people you could impact? Okay. I'll tell you what happened to us. I never thought my calendar would be empty and my bank account was full, ever, because I worked 40 hours a week. I had to get vacation approved, right? And then you're cramming in trips just a couple weeks out of the year. I didn't want that. I wanted more. So what we did in 2018, 2019, because of this Plexus business that I've grown from my cell phone, my husband took a year leave of absence without pay. We sold our house, we bought an RV, and we traveled the country, the United States and Canada, in a giant RV. And we told our financial advisor, we made him 2 promises: we would not go into debt and we would not pull out of savings. And so because of my Plexus business that I can work from anywhere, we were able to have a year-long vacation with our daughter before she started kindergarten. And my husband was able to be present with her for 365 days. He had no work phone, no work email, no work stress. And it was beautiful. That never was on our radar. That never was a dream, because before plexus, that just seemed impossible. Who could take a year off? Who are these people? They're plexus people, okay? We found out last night that some really good friends of ours may be moving internationally. Well, guess what we're gonna do? My daughter and I are gonna go over there and stay for a month, at least, maybe a couple months, because I have time flexibility and I can work my business from anywhere. So if your calendar was empty and your bank account was full, what would that mean for you? Maybe you don't like to travel. There are a lot of people in plexus who use their full bank account to fund water wells in Africa and schools in Africa. There are people that use their plexus paycheck to fund adoptions. There are people that use their plexus paycheck just to buy groceries every month, okay? It's whatever you want it to be. You don't have to do what I do. You don't have to do what anybody does. That's the beauty about this business, is that you can make it however you want. So if you are curious, I want you to know it can be whatever you want it to be, but you have to give it time to grow. And you have to know that with any job, there's going to be hurdles along the way, right? No one is going to pay me 6 figures to not do the work, right? That's a pipe dream. If anybody tells you, oh, hurry up, join our company now, get in on the ground floor, make all this money, run for the hills. Run for the hills. Because I want somebody who joins me today as a business partner to make the same amount of money as the person who joins me in 10 years as a business partner, right? We don't want one of this like flash in the pan and then it goes away. We are building legacy income. My plexus business is in my last will and testament. God forbid I get hit by a bus tomorrow, my daughter will continue to earn my paycheck. How incredible is that? If that happened in a previous corporate career, no, they just replaced me, but not in network marketing and not in Plexus Worldwide. So I thank you guys for being on tonight. I really want you to think what if, and it may not be for you, but you're not gonna know unless you try. This is just a snippet of what my family's been able to do. There's me and my husband, my daughter in our RV. There's taking my parents to Hawaii. We've taken my parents to Hawaii now for 5 years because Plexus pays for it. That's not something we ever could have done without them. And it's just created incredible memories that I never would have had if I had let fear control me and I had stayed where I was and hadn't taken the leap. I told my husband 7 years ago, give me 1 year to try this plexus thing. And if it doesn't work out, then I'm out. But I'm going to try it for a year and I'm going to work it. I don't know how. I'm just going to do what they tell me to do. I knew we had training and people would tell me what to do. And that's what I did. And look what it did for us. One decision. Guys, you are one decision away from saying, what if? All right. Thank you guys for being on. If you have any questions, reach out to me, reach out to the person that invited you. Feel free to share this video with anyone else who may want an empty calendar and a full bank account. Thank you, friends. Bye-bye.